Hello, my name's Colin Campbell, I'm with Polygon. You're looking at Dawn of War 3 from Relic Entertainment. It's a real-time strategy games, and Relic are very good at that particular genre. They're known for the original Homeworld game and for the Company of Heroes series. But this is the third one in this particular series, and it has an emphasis on giant characters, as you're about to see. These giant units have a lot of power, as you can see from this short demonstration where they mow down a bunch of enemies just using massive machine guns, as well as later on some rockets that this particular unit uses. This unit is called the Imperial Knight Solaria, and yeah, she's a badass. She works with the human space marines who are part of this Warhammer 40k world. They're in a war against two other races, I guess, the Orcs and the elf-like Eldars, and each of them have their own playstyles. When I went to see the game recently, I only really got to look at the Space Marines at work. And the game is coming out on PC next year.
This place is already swarming with Eldar.
What you also have are these hero units, and in this case, it's a guy called Gabriel Angeles. I'm not sure if I've said that right. I'm not super familiar with Warhammer 40k, but what it is a futuristic sci-fi world of just eternal combat, and it's based on a tabletop game that came out of Britain in I guess the 1980s, and it's all about sort of mega death and endless war and just lots of really cool units, beautifully designed, which can do enormous damage to each other. And talking of damage, here is one of the special abilities that each race gets. So in this case, if you're a Space Marine, you can call in this death ray from space, and it's just ridiculously over the top. It completely murderizes everything in this path, and I think that it actually gathers strength as it kills people, which is just insane. But ultimately, it's a real-time strategy game, and you're making units that come out of factories, you're dropping them into battles, you're sort of balancing between the use of sort of these throwaway cannon fodder units that you sort of have to throw at your enemies, and those more expensive elite units. Now, with the elite units, you can buy them pretty much at the start of any particular mission. So you know, you have this special unit of currency, which is an elite currency, and you can buy an elite unit, or you can kind of turtle and save up and buy a more powerful unit, such as good old Solaria here later on. I mean, crikey, that's some serious damage that she's doing there. So once again, what they're trying to do, the developers are trying to do, is create a situation where the player has different options and different strategies, and you know, even though I haven't seen any multiplayer yet, you can definitely guess how that's going to play out when you're dealing with other people. You just saw there the use of cover in this game, in which, you know, as opposed to Company of Heroes, where you're sort of behind a wall and you protect yourself there, here you create these domes around you, these 360-degree domes, and they can be eroded by enemy firepower. But you know, if you're on the defensive, that's an opportunity for you to deal some damage against your enemies. And here is some sense of the scale of the big battles that go on. These are huge battles. You'll see here the Solaria sends up some of these rockets, and if you're a good player, then you've got a moment to protect yourself, to maybe dodge some of those as they come in. So this is definitely a game about colour, noise, spectacle, personality. You know, these units have a lot of personality. They have a certain kind of deathly lingo that they spout at each other. As I say, this has been published by Sega. It's coming out on PC in 2017.